These are the craziest playoff comebacks in NBA history.
Rose trying to get open, fires away. Bang! It's over! The Bulls win at the buzzer!
And first, the 2021 Hawks tied the record for the third largest playoff comeback ever.
93-78. One of his father-in-law, Doc Rivers, in Philadelphia. There is an answer by the Atlanta Hawks. Has had a great surge here into the third, on into the fourth. Lou Williams has been right in the middle of it all. Made 11 in a row here tonight, got 37 points. Lou Williams keeps it rolling. Lou Young guarded by Curry. Gets fire. The floater up top. Wow, what a shot. Late clock here, down to 4. Gallinari, big shot. And this is going to be an Atlanta victory in Game 5.
But the Heat had to turn around even crazier. Because in Game 3 of the 2006 NBA Finals, they were down 13 in the fourth when Dwayne Wade morphed into the Flash.
Mavs have hit 6 shots in a row. Wade trying to find an opening, banks it in. Wade has been terrific, but he's been bothered by a knee. Gets inside, and a foul. Harris, a good defender. Wade pulls up, puts it in. 5-point game.
Yeah, they're bringing him off a baseline screen.
Wade on the drive, inside, banks it in.
What a move.
3-point game. Wade, it's good, and the Heat survive.
But the Mavericks got their revenge in a comeback even more insane. Look, during the 2011 Finals, the Mavs were down 15 halfway through the fourth and battled back for a Dirk Nowitzki game winner.
Nowitzki, 4 Heat players around him. Terry's wide open and gets it to go. Nowitzki back up to Kidd, wide open for 3. Knocks it down. So the Mavericks fighting back. Nowitzki hooks it up, puts it in. 2-point game. Terry to Nowitzki, puts up the 3, puts it in! Dallas goes up by 3 with 26.7 remaining. Can they finish off this extraordinary comeback? Chalmers wide open. Oh! Chalmers knocks down the 3. 7 to shoot. Nowitzki drives with underneath lefty layup, banks it in. And Dallas has tied the finals.
But if you thought that was wild, try blowing a 25-point lead. Because in Game 6 versus the Jazz in 2022, the Clippers were getting cooked until this happened.
Kicks it out for Man. Man, three-pointer. Bang! Beverly back out. Jackson for 3. Bang! Paul George a three-pointer. That's good. George guarded by Clarkson. Rises up. High arcing shot is good. Beverly tries a 3. Puts it in! Patrick Beverly! It's a 10-point lead!
But the Blazers took the craziness to the next level. See, when they were trailing by 23 in 2011, Brandon Roy went off.
With this guy with the ball in his hands, and he delivered many times. With the left, Brandon Roy! Sean Marion here in Game 4. Brandon Roy! Brandon Roy, the 3! Count it! And there's a foul! Yeah, after checking the video, Roy for the lead, banks it in! Portland wins Game 4!
But the 2018 Thunder did something miraculous. Because heading into Game 5 of the 2018 first-round playoffs, they were trailing 3-1, but things would get worse. Because by the third quarter, they were getting smoked by 25, until Westbrook and PG went nuts.
Oklahoma City, Westbrook going to the cup and laying it in. George works with the Adams screen, Euro steps, lays it up and in. Westbrook will go for the tie and puts it in! Holy cow! He's got it now and will try for 3 and put it in again!
They're not going to risk putting him on Mitchell, and Mitchell's taking advantage.
Hit the step back 3!
54 points in the second half alone between 2 people is crazy. But so was the 2013 Heat, because even a 27-point deficit couldn't stop them.
Here comes Wade. He scores and a foul. James for 3. Yes! Wade on a step back for 3. And he was fouled by Rowe. And got picked off. James for 3. And the game is tied. LeBron with the step back. Yes! Miami has taken the lead. Down to 3. Down to 2. Here's Rose. Can he get it off? It is blocked. That will do it. The Miami Heat have come from behind
to defeat the Chicago Bulls.
That wasn't the only time LeBron carried the team on his back, because the Pacers were dominating by 25 late in the third, so LeBron turned into a one-man show.
Long-range three by LeBron, and he hits it. He's got Korver on the wing. He'll take it himself. Look out! LeBron! For the Cavs. Young and James, and a three-pointer is up and good. Greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. 26 points.
But look, we got to talk about one of the craziest playoff rivalries ever. See, the Kings and the Lakers 2002 series might be one of the biggest NBA controversies ever. Sacramento jumped out to a 40-20 lead in the first quarter of Game 4, only for them to get their hearts broken.
Critical in the last 4:20.
You can't plan for that insanity, and the Clippers know all about that. See, back in 2012, they were down 27 to the Memphis Grizzlies and woke up Chris Paul.
Finds Paul. Bledsoe. Three. He's got it. Comes down to Chris Paul racing down the court. Finds Young for three. He's got it. Jordan on the bench. Here is Paul. Inside to Evans. Lays it in. And the Clippers have taken the lead. And the Clippers have won it. One of the more remarkable comebacks in playoff history.
But some crazy comebacks happen from celebrating too early. Look, in 2022, the Timberwolves led by at least 25 points when Karl Anthony Towns thought it was a wrap.
Yeah, we in Minnesota now. Like I said after the media, all right, cool, we got to come back to our house now. I only seen them at their house.
Bro shouldn't have spoken too soon, because Memphis flipped the switch.
Minute 39 to go in the third. Morant goes behind the back. Wow, killer crossover. Long lead as the 7th seed in the West. Jackson counted for three. Met by Reed. Double, Beverly. Swings it. Oh, Desmond Bain! Switch. He's got the big. Jones. Yes, sir! And it's that man again, Brandon Clark. Step back Brooks. Pure!
But comeback losses happen even to the greatest players. Because in 2006, the 7th seed Lakers had the Suns on the ropes 3-1 after one of Kobe's most iconic plays ever.
Not being close to a man.
They'd love to get it into Nash's hands, and they do.
Ball knocked away, stolen by Parker. Here comes George to Kobe Bryant. Bryant inside, it's good, it's good, tie game.
Walton could tip it. Bryant with the save.
Oh, you're going to get a shot here.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
The Lakers were never supposed to be in that position, but by Game 5, Raja Bell got violent.
Bryant gets, oh my gosh, Bell just clothesline Bryant.
That was because he felt that Kobe had gotten him with an elbow earlier in the game.
That was exactly what the Suns needed, because after winning Game 6 and tying the series, Game 7 was light work after Kobe was criticized for not shooting the ball.
I didn't like the way he played in Game 7 because I didn't think he was aggressive. I understand why he didn't like it, me calling him out on national television. He let me know it.
The critical, important part is that we go out there and we play the game. We play the game to win. And obviously we had a strategy that worked very well for us in 3 games. We tried to keep the strategy going in Game 7 and the other games as well. It didn't work out for us.
Kobe not shooting is just unbelievable, but injuries can cause the most playoff drama. See, the Grizzlies were straight up embarrassing OKC by 27 until Ja got taken out.
Look out! Oh boy. The contact from Dort, and he is still in a world of pain.
He limped to the locker room with a hip contusion and was done for the season. And that was all the Thunder needed.
He's starting to get those uneasy feelings in this building.
Holmgren! Gotta guard Holmgren.
Gilgeous Alexander defended by Aldama. 40 shoot to the middle, underneath to Dort. The fake, and he lays it in. Into the paint. Holmgren! We are knotted here in Memphis. Rebound Holmgren.
Now you got a foul.
Ahead of to Caruso all by himself. That'll get it to a 5-point lead.
29 points was the mark for the second largest comeback in history, but the Rockets pulled off one of the greatest playoff upsets. See, Houston was down 3-1 to the Clippers in the 2015 Western Conference Semis, when Chris Paul didn't even play the first 2 games. And by Game 6, with the Clips up 19, it looked like curtains. But just before the fourth quarter, an unlikely hero turned into a flamethrower.
9-point game. Now Smith will take the 3 and hit. And it's down to 6 with 7 minutes remaining. Josh Smith for back-to-back triples. A 5-point game. Smith on the drive. He's feeling it. Josh Smith has made this a 3-point game. He's back behind the play. It's 5-on-4. It is Brewer, and we're tied at 102. Standing tall. Smith's got Jordan, steps back, takes it, and makes it! One of the most stunning comebacks for a team facing elimination in the history of the NBA.
Josh Smith dropped 15 points in the quarter, and the Clippers looked like they were seeing ghosts. Then, Houston went back to the Toyota Center and handled business in Game 7 in one of the most shocking collapses in playoff history. But the Celtics broke a comeback record in the NBA Finals. See, during Game 4 in 2008, the Celtics were getting embarrassed, down 24 in the second quarter. But then, Kobe went ice cold, and by the end of the third quarter, he got dunked on for a 2-point game.
P.J. Brown dunks it with 1.7 remaining.
So with 4 minutes left, Eddie House gave Boston their first lead of the game and started an avalanche.
Eddie House, quick jump shot. It's good. Ray Allen kicks it out. Posey for 3. It's good. Allen on the drive, gets to the basket. Lefty layup, banks it in. The Celtics turn in one of the great comebacks in NBA playoff history.
They completed the greatest finals comeback in history when Michael made his return as the GOAT. Look, in 1995, Michael Jordan's father was murdered. A heartbroken Mike stepped away from the game. But while MJ ruled basketball, his dad always dreamed of him playing baseball. So to honor his father, Jordan switched sports and suited up with a new number, 45. That year gave him the mental reset he didn't know he needed. And when he finally came back, he rocked the Bulls jersey again. But his new number, 45, had MJ looking a little off. But no one was going to clown MJ to his face. That is, until the Bulls ran into the Magic in the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals.
And Jordan spinning his way against Anderson.
Nick could have had left it on the court, but instead he ran his mouth.
After the game, Nick Anderson said,
Nick Anderson said,
45 isn't 23.
And I just simply just asking the question, but 45 is nowhere near 23.
Yeah, you already know Mike took that personally. The next game, he brought out the legendary 23 again, and even though he ate a $25K fine, he lit up the Magic for 38 points. And even though Chicago didn't win the series, Jordan's return to 23 lit a fuse for the next three-peat. But the Timberwolves turnaround was just disrespectful, because Minnesota just lost 3 games in a row to the Nuggets. And after Game 5 in Denver, Anthony Edwards made a bold prediction.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell
Game 7?
Yeah. They know I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I'll see y'all motherfuckers for Game 7. Yeah.
Ant was talking spicy, but he meant every word. See, Minnesota forced the Game 7, but by the third quarter, it looked like their season was done after Jamal Murray's dagger.
Another block by Porter Jr. Caldwell post, corner, Murray, 3, got it!
Denver went up 20, so Minnesota needed the greatest Game 7 comeback in NBA history just to survive.
The leading Edwards with his speed is coming when he gets the 2. Oh, there's a steal by Edwards. Here he comes, and there he goes. Goes from Edwards to Conley. Shot clock at 1. Conley the fake. He'll foul. Got it. Corner, Edwards, aim, shoots, score! That's it. The Timberwolves have knocked out the defending champion Denver Nuggets.
The Timberwolves knocked Denver off the throne in the biggest Game 7 resurgence in NBA history. But next, we have the all-time record for a playoff comeback. Look, in the 2019 playoffs, the Clippers weren't even expected to compete with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and the Warriors. And with 7:31 left in the third, KD made sure the doubters stayed loud.
Beautiful pass, the ring with the bucket and a foul.
It was supposed to be game over with the Clips down 31, but Lou Williams had his own plans for a takeover.
Ends up in the hands of Wilson Chandler of the Clippers. Wild shot, it counts, and the foul. Williams off balance, scores! Oh, what a move.
He dropped 17 points in the third alone, and LA went on a rampage. Then, KD fouled out with 9 turnovers, and the Warriors crumbled.
An open shot. Shabbat, a remarkable comeback.
Oracle Arena was silent as the Clippers pulled off the largest comeback in NBA playoff history. But next, we got the comeback that altered the NBA. The OKC Thunder were on the verge of ending the 73-9 Warriors, but instead, they ended themselves. Look, Game 3 was a straight tail whipping of 41 points by the Thunder, so Draymond Green went nut honey.
Green putting a move on Adams, and he is fouled. It's the leg, guys. Watch the leg.
The Thunder had Draymond going psycho and were bullying the so-called best team of all time. Now, Game 4 was the same story. The Warriors suffered back-to-back blows of 20-point L's and went down 3-1. But in Game 5, Steph played like the unanimous MVP. And when Game 6 rolled around, it awoke a monster named Game 6 Clay.
Third quarter explosion back in Game 4. Thompson wide open for 3. Three-pointer.
When the ball slows down. Mark.
All right, here is Thompson again. Keeping it alive for the new possession. Thompson turning and shooting. It's an NBA playoff record for Klay Thompson. Thompson fires for 3. Yes!
Dude dropped a playoff record 11 threes on his way to 41 points. Now, Game 7 was do or die, and Steph showed out. OKC fumbled the whole thing. Now, Reggie Miller had a comeback that was impossible. See, in Game 1 of the 1995 playoffs, the Knicks were up 6 points with only 18 seconds left, but Reggie Miller did the unthinkable.
Miller for 3, and he got it. Reggie Miller with a clutch tray, and it's 105-102. And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again.
Reggie tied the game in seconds and had Madison Square Garden shook. But even after the Knicks' unnecessary foul, nobody was feeling pressure more than John Stark.
Starks misses. Starks misses. Batted around. Ewing has it. His shot, no good. Reggie Miller the rebound and a foul with 7.5 seconds.
Dude was choking and still should have won because Patrick Ewing missed from point blank for Reggie to close the show.
It's like Indiana's win in Game 1 at Orlando last year.
Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in the final 32 seconds.
8 points in 9 seconds for one of the most unreal bounce backs in sports. But this next comeback started a dynasty. See, Kobe and Shaq were looking like a failed experiment until they faced their toughest challenge yet. I mean, it was Phil Jackson who was coaching against Scottie for the first time, and these teams were trading blows. Yeah, the physicality was real, but the Blazers were down 3-1 in the series and clawed all the way back to force a Game 7. And it looked like they were ready to steal the Lakers' spotlight after Scottie Pippen had Portland up 16.
Scottie, how big is that?
The Lakers looked dead. Shaq was quiet and Kobe frustrated. But then Brian Shaw hit the ugliest bank shot you've ever seen.
Tried to provide it and did.
Somehow, that goofy-ass shot cracked the Blazers' armor. When Scottie tried to check the rising star, he was getting work. But then he shook Pippen off and threw the most iconic lob in NBA history.
Bryant to Shaq.
Shaq tore the roof off and punched their ticket to the NBA Finals. But the 2020 Denver Nuggets did the impossible twice. First, they got thrown into a slugfest with the Utah Jazz when Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray went toe-to-toe for 50.
Murray hits a long one here. He'll have 50. He's sitting on 47. He'll pull the 3. He's got the 3. 50-point game. First time in history opponents score 50 apiece, but this one belongs to the Utah Jazz.
But even that wasn't enough. Now they scrapped out a Game 5 win. And in Game 6, Jamal Murray dropped another 50-piece to save the season.
Into the hands of Murray. Gets a screen. A three-pointer is up and in for Jamal Murray.
Coverage. Nicola was up on that three-point shooter. Oh, good move.
Murray, boy, still able to keep control of the basketball and a little finger roll at the rim. His shot clock at 6 now. Murray, patient. Now he's got Gobert on him. Step back 3 on the way is good. Jokic finding Murray. Murray, does he got another one in him? Oh, you bet he does! And that might be the dagger. Wow!
It took heroics to get past that one. So Game 7 was another battle that was only separated by inches.
They finally get it to Mitchell. 10 on the shot clock. Had it back tapped, he lost it! The Nuggets come up with a defensive play. Murray. They missed the layup. Gobert got it. Mitchell hanging at the other end. 2 seconds to go for the win. And it rims out. Denver hangs on.
Denver snatched Utah's heart to survive the war. But just after the hardest series they could ask for, they dug themselves an even bigger hole against the Clippers. Look, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Will were looking like title favorites after Denver went down 3-1. But they didn't panic. I mean, even down 15 in the third quarter of the game, Denver came back like it was nothing.
8 to play. Murray will try and get it. He's a double-double machine, isn't he? 4 straight double-doubles for him. No shot. Got it. That's a 2. Outside, Jokic for the lead. Good personal foul. Jokic, he'll tee one up from 3. Got it again. That's it. Denver survives.
But that was light work compared to Game 6, as they were down 19 again, and were still unfazed.
And the Nuggets looking to make their move. Gets back to Jokic. Inside. Torrey Craig wide open for the lead. Got it! Little pistol action. Harris back to Jokic for 3 out of the timeout. They move it around. Jokic, high arcing 3. Butter.
2 flukes in back-to-back games was just ridiculous. But in Game 7, anything could happen. So after being down 12 again in the first half, Denver clamped up the Clippers to 33% shooting. I mean, Paul George put up the most embarrassing shot of his career.
George, way off. Hits the side of the backboard.
Playoff P looked more like Pandemic P. And Denver made NBA history as the first team to come back from 2 separate 3-1 deficits in a single postseason. And if you thought that was wild, wait until you see the biggest comeback of all of them. See, the 2016 NBA Finals looked over with. The Warriors had just won 73 games for the most wins in a season and had the unanimous MVP. So in Game 4, the Warriors had the Cavs on the ropes, but lost the heart and soul of their team, all for a shot at LeBron's nuts.
He takes a little swing that misses after he objected to James stepping over him. The conversation continued, the bumping and shoving, and there's a double foul call by Danny Crawford. Double foul does not result in any free throws. Obviously, each player picks up a personal.
You can't do that to the King, so he paid for it with a suspension for Game 5, and that would change everything, because Cleveland had a chance, and LeBron made sure the rest of his squad believed in miracles just like him.
So I remember after that game, LeBron sent the text out and like, we're right there. Like, listen, don't come on the plane if you don't think we can come back and win this series.
But things were about to get personal. See, after Game 4, LeBron was saying that Draymond's trash talk crossed the line. So Klay Thompson called the King out for being sensitive.
I mean, guys talk trash in this league all the time. You know, I'm just kind of shocked some guys take it so personal. Obviously, people have feelings, and people's feelings get hurt even if they're called a bad word. I guess his feelings just got hurt.
That little bit of hate turned LeBron into a demon.
What did you say Klay said?
Klay said, I guess he just got his feelings hurt.
Because in Game 5, he and Kyrie dropped 41.
James to Irving, 3-pointer. And James drives and easily finishes. So your centers out there are Spates and Kevin Love. Kyrie Irving's jump shot is good. James with 4 to shoot. He's going to have to knock up a 3. And does! LeBron James with his 3rd 3-pointer. Irving from 3. Bang!
It's one of the greatest performances offensively I've ever seen in the finals.
They were the first duo in playoff history with those numbers. It was Game 6 back in Cleveland. LeBron went full villain mode again with another 41-piece.
Throws it ahead to Smith. Smith, alley-oop to James! Wow! Golden State didn't score as James lines it up and hits a 3. Shot clock winding down. James has to put it up. Puts it in. Game 7, Sunday night in Oakland.
Bron did his thing like expected, but his main target was Steph Curry. I mean, who else could make Steph act like this?
As Tristan Thompson able to get that deflected rebound. And a foul on Curry, and Curry's going to get it with a technical. He throws his mouthpiece after fouling out of the game.
And it hit a fan, Mike.
He lost control, and Cleveland had all the momentum for a Game 7. So in one of the most nerve-wracking games ever, LeBron and Kyrie went back-to-back for 2 of the most iconic plays in NBA history.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
The Cavs completed the first and only 3-1 comeback in the history of the NBA Finals in the craziest NBA series ever.